Today in the crypto space, we see the market taking a slight dip to the downside. Bitcoin around 70,150, Ethereum slightly under that $3,800, down approximately 2%. And the rest of the crypto space, the altcoins, there's some good gainers like Filecoin, Jasmy, and Brett. And there's a few dips like Caspa, Pepe, Floki, Render, and a few others. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one project, one altcoin that is definitely at the bottom of the range and perhaps a part of a very bullish narrative, and that project is called PancakeSwap. So you know what, let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the chat. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description below. Of course, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's take a look at the top 100. Just scrape right through it real quick. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, and then we'll take a look at PancakeSwap. Cake is the ticker. I believe that it's definitely part of a bullish narrative. Obviously, a bullish project, part of the Binance BNB ecosystem, and that's the main DEX part of the ecosystem. So usually we talk about, you know, you buy the utility coin, you buy the project coin, BNB in this case, and then you start looking for the DEX and the meme coin and the gaming and the this and the that, and you start building positions within you know, an ecosystem, which obviously if you are bullish on that ecosystem, it's not a bad idea. And not only that, it's a bullish ecosystem. Look at BNB doing very good, you know, behind the scenes, just climbing, getting into price discovery, doing its thing, grinding to the upside, and it's basically at $700, guys. Think about it. No matter what happened to BNB and of course Binance, BNB still held up and is still grinding up. So bullish, bullish, bullish. But of course, for today, we do see a bit of negativity. You know, we talked about the fact that BNB looked like Bitcoin was looking like it was rolling over. That's what we talked about yesterday, and the negative pressure obviously is still there. We can see that for today. It's only down 1%, Ethereum a little bit more, obviously. But guess what, guys? Bitcoin, Ethereum, as we speak, is still within structure. So we have to understand that unless we start breaking to the downside, breaking horizontal support levels, there's no real reason to get absolutely bearish. At this level, it's like, okay, maybe we buy a few dips here and there, we accumulate, and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind, because ultimately, you don't want to get super bearish if this is another leg to the upside based on the bull run thesis. Okay, so that's it. Solana rolling over a little bit, down 2.5%, give or take. We have Cardano up 3%. Do you see what I mean? So you do get some random projects doing well despite the negativity, you know. And this is the thing, a lot of these projects have been doing very, very well in the last little while. So taking a bit of a pullback is not a bad idea. Dogecoin coming over. Toncoin still looking good, nothing wrong with Toncoin, grinding to the upside. I know SHIB is coming down, and so is AVAX, but still within structure, no lower lows. Chainlink slightly making those lower lows and lower highs. Unfortunate, but Chainlink ran up significantly in the last little while. Good enough. Now, is this retracement over? It's likely to be closer to the bottom of the dip than it is, obviously, from the tops, because we've been retracing for a good little while here on Chainlink, and Chainlink is a bullish project, so you have to have those convictions to be buying in. Polkadot still, I know Polkadot's down 2% today, but it's still within structure in the sense that it's still in the potential of making a higher low and going for another higher high. So that's the thing now, guys. We have Near Protocol doing the same thing, Uniswap, we have Polygon doing the same thing. You know, these dips are not structural changes. They're not major structural changes, and the fact is that we're still within a structure to the upside with a lot of these projects, except Pepe. Pepe's making a lower low, as you see. You know, lower lows and lower highs. Not a good look because it's definitely coming down. ICP ran to the upside, guys. The community on the Discord, led by Razin, definitely found a great entry on ICP. It's up 3%. Nice break to the upside. Good stuff here. And if we continue going down, you can see that there are some that are dipping and breaking that structure. Breaking structure meaning falling and rolling over pretty hard. Like we have FET coming down, right? We have Aptos still looking good. Caspa, okay, does look like that hang time, guys. The hang time. It's like what Bitcoin's doing currently, like that rounded top type of thing. Just understand upon a dip, it could bounce really hard and recuperate really quickly. And that's usually what happens in a very bullish rally. Render also rolling over, but then we have Filecoin up 8% randomly. Of course, Filecoin, the OG of decentralized storage, all of a sudden is running to the upside. So you get those random pops, definitely. And this is what happens, you know, this is the name of the game. So we have to really stand strong with our convictions. We had Monero grinding to the upside for days, and all of a sudden it's down 1.5%. Big deal, no big deal. We're still okay. Floki, the same thing. Injectives waking up, grinding to the upside, still great. So there are still a lot of opportunities in this market. Look at Sui, still grinding upwards. Tau woke up, a little bit of a dip, but still doing great. No big deal. These short-term pullbacks are not structural changes where you need to start changing your thesis just yet. Arweave has been coming down significantly in the last little while, steadily. So the thing is that we should have the convictions to be buying the dip. We know Arweave right now is at a 2.7 billion dollar market cap, so it's starting to get quite large. And at the end of the day, if you want some skin in the game, yes, start DCAing because it has been retracing. VeChain has been looking good, but you can see the hang time could be building here. It could be a bull flag for continuation. So as soon as we start building structure that we can start planning out a setup, maybe VeChain is going to start waking up here, guys. Definitely seeing wake-up calls for a lot of projects in the last little while. What else do we have here? We have Rocket Pool, Jasmine still grinding to the upside, up 7.2%. So you can see that there are a lot. Like Brett still 24%, guys, 91% in 7 days, guys. I think Brett, Floki, now Mog, my Mog bags are looking pretty good. Like, guys, some of these meme coins that I've been holding, and I've been ignoring them. I'm not even looking at them. They're doing great. They're making up for a lot of the other meme coins that I bought that didn't do so well and are going sideways. But pretty much we see a lot of these other ones just flying to the upside. Brett is definitely catching up to the large caps. So good stuff there for Brett, and congrats if you got in with me within the base narrative when I was talking about it a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago or so, because definitely nice and up and in the green. So we got a lot of opportunities here. As Ordi's doing great. We have Wormhole grinding to the upside. So despite the negativity, guys, I don't think it's time to get absolutely bearish yet. I think it's a time to actually look for structural supports and looking for DCA opportunities. All right, guys, I know you're here to talk about charts, so let's begin our analysis talking about Bitcoin, and then we'll jump into the PancakeSwap. Cake is the ticker, and we'll start looking at the price action there. In the meantime, we can see that the heavyweight Bitcoin is getting a bit of rejection at these tops, guys. Absolutely normal. That's totally fine. I prepare myself economically and emotionally for these individual opportunities. As we can see, the price is coming down to a little bit of a dip. Now let's see what we can do here as far as setup goes. You do see that ultimately in the short term, as long as we stay above 67k, we're good. Okay, bull flag still in effect, and in fact handle from a nice rounded cup handle still in effect. Now what about if we break down and we come down even lower and get down to about 60,000? I'm just gonna put it out there. It's still very possible, and the reality is that still okay. We're still fine because look at this big bull flag. So we got a big bull flag right into here. We got another small bull flag into here with no invalidations just yet. So as long as we are still in a bullish stance, how can I be bearish? I know we have a dip. I get it, guys. This is where you have to have the convictions. Now, you could be trading this small range, no doubt. You could be shorting the market if you dare in this scenario, you know, because really we should be preparing for a bull run, but shorting or going against the trend of the market is a bit risky sometimes. But I get it. I rather get defensive in such a way that I start taking profits and maybe come down to lower levels. Now, if you see how Bitcoin is reacting, volatility is going to be pushing down in the next little while. And we do have a few more daily candles to kind of close to see how strong the bears are and how deep we could go here. The last impulsive move to the downside, guys, it didn't break below. Last time momentum came down and tried to break horizontal supports. And you can see right here, it didn't have enough strength. Now, did we come up pick up more bears, and then all of a sudden start coming down for another shorting opportunity or an opportunity to start breaking resistance. Let's see what happens here in the next little while, guys. Ultimately, I've been scaling into altcoins. I've been, very defensive on my altcoins in the last little while, but still, I am still with that mentality that we should be getting offensive. Big picture, accumulating all opportunities possible, especially on those projects that you're fundamentally bullish on. All right, guys, let's continue. Let's take a look at PancakeSwap. We'll talk about Bitcoin a little bit more tonight at 7:30. We'll talk about Ethereum. We'll talk about Bitcoin dominance. And if you have any projects you want me to cover, that is a great time and place to make those requests. 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Let's begin talking about Cake. Why do I choose Cake today? Well, the reason is that obviously it is a DEX. It's an OG. It's the main DEX for BNB projects. It started off with the Binance Smart Chain, and for those of you that have been around previous bull runs, you know exactly what I'm talking about when you talk about PancakeSwap. You associate it to being a very degen type of place to be. However, nowadays we see BNB doing very well, right? And it's still a great chain, and a lot of projects are deployed on it, right? And we can see that Cake is undervalued in comparison to its previous high. So it topped out at about $40 or so. Let's be real about this. Is it possible to get right back up there? Why not? Why not, guys? Why can't we see Cake right back to $42? Now, if you look at where we are right now, it looks like Cake is trying to make a pivot. It looks too nice, and the setup is too clean, and this is why I'm out here trying to make you guys realize that maybe it's an opportunity, guys. Look at this downward sloping type of wedge, right? Bullish divergence was in here. We'll confirm that, but look at these lower lows, and then all of a sudden you start to see this thing pivot to the upside. Look at the momentum is definitely getting oversold. Now we're coming down for the back test. Now this will be a lot more evident on the weekly. We can go take a look in the weekly, but what I really like about this daily at the current moment is that we broke trend, we came up to the previous high, we got rejected, and we're coming down for that right shoulder, head, shoulder. This is a perfect pivot point. Now if we get on to, let's see what the 4-day shows, just quick. Look at the volume coming in here, guys. Volume, market participation. People are interested. So I'm interested as well. So no divergence into here, but we're getting divergence right here. Okay, we got green expansions already on the 4-day. Let's see what the weekly shows us, just to see big picture, because big picture means all-time highs. Big picture means we're going into price discovery. So I want to see exactly what's happening. We got a nice impulsive move to the upside. We're getting a bit of bearish divergence on the trend. So yes, we could come down, but I think the horizontal support might stick in here. We could invalidate this bearish divergence. I don't think we're going to come down for that lower low. I don't think that we're going to break below this lower low, this low right here. So what I'm anticipating is, if we come down and we hold this level of horizontal support, building a position into this level is going to give you the best opportunity from a risk to reward opportunity. Okay, so I'm keeping my eye on it. If we get overbought again, we can go for another run, and which is what I'm waiting for, because if you look at the volume above, there's a lot of weakness, guys. There's a lot of weakness here on PancakeSwap. So the question is, do you believe in the Binance narrative, the BNB narrative, the ecosystem itself? Do you feel like Cake? I know they also trade ERC20s, Ethereum-based tokens on PancakeSwap. I get it, and so does Uniswap for that matter. Uniswap has BNB tokens there as well. But the thing is that we have to understand is that PancakeSwap has that association and that brand image with Binance, and it could be a really good catalyst, especially the fact that it's so undervalued. Imagine recuperating some of this volume to the upside. That would be pretty good. So really, at this point, I'm getting bullish. I feel like an accumulation phase is definitely due. I feel like Cake at this level is forming a nice wall of support. We do see a lot of volume being built in here, market participation as the prices grind into the upside. I do see that the weekly looks a little bit bearish, but if you get back into the daily, guys, the daily slowly grinding to the upside again, and it looks like we're trying to make another move where we can see the Cake price get overbought. And look at the EMAs on this trend, on the trend, EMAs facing up, green histogram bars. It looks like we're trying to get into the bullish control zone. We could be so early here, but then again, we're getting that confirmation after the breakout. We get a confirmation high, a higher low, a nice back test, and then start swinging to the upside. Now, of course, I would like to close a few candles above the 200 EMA, this orange line. Closing candles above it would be super bullish, and then ultimately getting that spring right off of it and getting into a nice move to the upside where we can fly right through volume gaps. The trend is looking good on the daily, guys. There's a lot of good stuff here. You can see the EMA is facing up, and we're getting bullish divergence, 2 drives of bullish divergence, and the momentum is looking great. And we got a green expansion. If you look right into here, it's slowly forming, guys, on the daily, right? It does look like it kind of tapered off a little bit, but we're getting a slow grind to the upside. And the reality is the majority of the move to the upside actually comes in once we break above 70% on the oscillator. We want to get above 70%, and that's where we get the bigger impulsive move in price to the upside, and that's where we get maybe that bounce and we continue moving higher. So this is a good one. I think PancakeSwap is worth a bit of a bag. I'm not saying bet the farm, but if BNB does well, I don't see why PancakeSwap cannot catch up and basically fill that gap all the way back to about $40. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor, slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. See you tonight, 7:30 Eastern. Take care, have a good one, and don't forget, buy the dip.